Listen, people talk about without rule of law like it's some future disaster movie, like it's something that happens later, like it's something that starts with tanks in the streets, martial law, sirens, smoke, and chaos. But I'm here to tell you something that most people don't want to admit. WROL has already arrived in America. Not everywhere, not all at once, but enough that you should be concerned. And more importantly, you should be prepared. Because WROL doesn't always show up with a bang. Sometimes it shows up like rot. It shows up when the laws still exist, but they're not enforced the same anymore. It shows up when the system still operates, but it's selective. It shows up when the courts still run, but justice isn't guaranteed. And right now, you've got people in this country who've learned the hard truth. You can do a lot of things in America now, and nothing happens. You can break into somebody's car. You can steal packages. You can loot a store. You can assault somebody. You can terrorize a neighborhood. And in too many cases, the result is the same. A report gets written, a number is signed, and nothing changes. That's WROL. WROL is when criminals don't fear consequences, but citizens are scared to defend themselves because they know they might be the ones punished. WROL is when the police are overwhelmed, understaffed, undersupported, and the average person is told to call 911 and wait. And wait. And wait a little longer. And by the time help arrives, if it arrives, the damage is already done. WROL is when laws exist on paper, but not in reality. WROL is when we all quietly start changing the way we live. People don't walk on certain streets anymore. Businesses lock everything behind glass. Homeowners install cameras, motion lights, and reinforce their doors. Parents stop letting kids play outside. And nobody trusts anybody. And everyone knows if something goes bad, you're on your own. That's not normal. That's not just crime. That's a societal shift. Here's the part nobody wants to talk about. WROL doesn't have to be a total collapse. It doesn't have to look like Mad Max. WROL can look like regular life with a slow breakdown underneath it. It looks like the border being chaos, the courts being political, the media lying, the government picking winners and losers, the economy crushing the working class, the system protecting itself instead of protecting you. It looks like people losing faith, losing patience, gaining fear. When a society loses the fear of consequences, that's when everything changes. So I'm not saying America's over tomorrow, but I am saying the rule of law is no longer guaranteed like it used to be. And if you still living like the world is stable, if you still think someone will handle it, if you still believe it can't happen here, then you're living in a fantasy. Because WROL isn't coming. WROL is here. And the question isn't, will it happen? The question is, are you prepared to live in a world where you are your own first responder? Where your community is your safety net? Where preparedness isn't paranoia, it's responsibility. Because when the rule of law disappears and the rule of survival takes over, and whether you like it or not, that's the world we're stepping into. Get ready, because without rule of law is already here, folks.